Jansen Harris here with the Just Good Network. This segment is presented by Level 1 Game Room, and that's where we're at right now. Joining me is Flynn and Sean. Let's start with you, Flynn. Is D.K Metcalf a number one receiver?
I believe D.K Metcalf is in the making of becoming a number one receiver. I'm not going to give it to him just yet, but I do feel like in a year or so, especially learning from guys like Tyler Lockett, having a quarterback like Russell Wilson helps. He's definitely forming into a number one receiver. I saw what he did against Stephon Gilmore. He burnt him a few times. DK has all the physical attributes that you would need from a number one. He's built. I know y'all have seen the pictures. He's fast. He's tall. Like Sean has mentioned that DK doesn't have the best hands. He drops a few balls, but outside of that, he was clutch. He was clutch the other night, and he's on his way. He's on his way.
Okay. Sean, how do you feel about DK Metcalf?
I agree, too. You know, just like Flynn mentioned against the New England Patriots, he had some big plays against them, a very respectable defense in the Bill Belichick. In their scheme, and we've seen every week. It seems like he's making touchdowns, making plays. We've seen he had the bluff against the Dallas Cowboys for the 60-yard bomb, and he ended up pulling Deshaun Jackson, just ended up fumbling the ball right before he crossed the end zone. But he was the player that won the game for him in the stretch when they ended up winning by a touchdown. We've seen against the Minnesota Vikings on Monday night, he was the player that ended up dropping the pass on second to go. I know you pointed out, but 2 plays later, he's the one that caught the fourth to go for a touchdown. We've seen the potential last year when he had about 7 to 8 touchdowns. The teammate of Jamal Adams said he's the next Megatron, a.k.a. Calvin Johnson. So the upside is definitely there. Is he a number one receiver? I think he can be before the year ends, but I'm still going to give that edge towards Tyler Lockett. I think he's been an underrated player with the Seattle Seahawks and Russell Wilson the last few years. We've seen he had about 3 touchdowns against the Dallas Cowboys as well a few weeks ago. But DK Metcalf, the sky's the limit for him. Playing with a veteran quarterback, definitely in the peak of his prime right now, Russell Wilson. Can only get better from here.
Yeah, and it's interesting because Russell Wilson, I heard them say he wants Metcalf to be one of the greatest players of all time, and I think that gave Metcalf the confidence. Do I think he's a number one receiver? He's playing like it, so I can kind of almost give him that title. He has 5 total touchdowns right now. It should really be 6, like you said, at the goal line, what he did. It should be 6. Deep play guy. He doesn't have one game this year where he didn't at least get 90 yards. So you have to appreciate the production. It's there. His confidence, that's what I like about him, is that confidence.
Definitely.
Drop the pass, that would have been the go-ahead score against Minnesota. Then what happened? 4th down came. Russ went right back to him, having that confidence, saying, look, you're my number one guy. And they closed out the comeback victory over Minnesota. So I say right now, I can't hate on him. I know I wasn't a Metcalf guy last year. I was saying, yeah, he might be an ESPN guy, a guy who can make some big plays, but is he going to be consistent? Is he a number one? Right now, he's playing like it. So I have to give him his respect. I'm putting some respect on his name.
Definitely.
Any more comments on this one, guys? All right, Jansen Harris here with Sean Fowler, Flynn Heathcliff. We're here at the Level 1 Game Room. Like, comment, and subscribe below on YouTube. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter as well. Cool.
DK Metcalf.